And we are recording. Hello, Internet. Welcome back to the Weirdo Watchlist Podcast, the podcast that is slightly off. It's a podcast about movies. Who would have thought? I'm your host, and that's your other host, Sam, right over there. And as you already know, we talk about movies from the Weirdo Watchlist created by Tyler on Letterboxd. But first, how are you doing?
Good. I'm good.
You're doing
Hydrating myself out of the TMNT Mutant Mayhem Cup.
I got an Arizona tea.
Oh, so good, bro. That's like my biggest
Yeah.
weakness. I try not to drink sugar too much, but like the yellow Arizona like RX Energy one, it's like the bane of my existence, bro. I probably gained 100 pounds on that thing alone.
I still have a child's metabolism. I've been gaining weight recently. I'm up to 140 pounds. It's the heaviest I've ever been.
We're gonna box.
Yeah.
At your wedding.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't really watch my sugar intake, but I do have the raspberry flavor iced tea, the green tea.
Oh, bro, that's like a top 3 for me, for real.
Yeah.
For FRFR, dude.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, let me tell you about what I try to do with movies, since it's a movie podcast.
It's a movie podcast, not a tea podcast.
The Arizona is the perfect thing to sneak into the movie because it's big, and it's like, I don't know, it's refreshing. It's the most refreshing thing to drink in the theater. I'm just so happy when I have one with me.
You can hide it in your pants and pretend it's your fat cock.
Yep, and I say, sir, I can't not walk in with this thing. This is my fat cock.
This is my huge, ginormous penis. You can.
What do you want me to drink this out here? Because it's my wiener.
It's my wiener.
I'm gonna drink it out there.
You gonna touch it? That's a little gay. It's Pride Month, but it's Pride Month, so I might let it.
Into this movie or not? What bikers? What is the biker movie? I went to go see that. And didn't see it because I had to come home to an anxiety-riddled dog. Unfortunately,
that's
the Bike Riders. Have you heard of that?
I have. I've been looking forward to it for like a year because last year it was supposed to come out in September, but the writer's strike happened, and then they were like, "All right, this movie's not coming out." Pulling it from the schedule, we're no longer releasing it, and then I think it was like Focus Features picked it up for distribution.
Oh, that's good. So support that.
Yeah. So go support it before it ends up on streaming in a week and a half.
Nice. It does look good. It looks good. Actually, my girlfriend even wanted to see it. That was like a huge plus. I'm like, oh, Liddy.
Yeah, my fiance wants to see it. That's why we haven't gotten to see it yet, because she works all the damn time.
Why do they want to see it? Is it because Austin Butler's in it?
No, because she thinks it looks like a good movie. I want to see it because of Austin Butler.
Yeah, same actually.
Yeah,
that is so actually true. Wonderful. What have you seen?
I saw AGGRO Drift. I don't know if you've heard about that one.
I think I did. Is it a really experimental?
Yes.
Color fest?
That's Harmonie Korrines' new movie. With
Never heard that name.
With he did The Beach Bum and Spring Breakers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But he did a movie with Travis Scott that's shot completely on a thermal camera. And it's about the world's greatest assassin, and he tells you he's the world's greatest assassin for 80 minutes. It is a movie where nothing happens, but in a good way. It's entirely vibes-based.
And it was good?
Listen, it's really fucking easy to think this is the biggest piece of garbage of all time, but I loved it.
Yeah, did you enjoy yourself?
I enjoyed myself, yeah. I was looking at a lot of insane-looking colors, listening to a really good score, I think.
Yeah.
And just absurd dialogue. Like,
saw this in a theater?
It was at the trial a couple weeks ago, but it's now available on Harmonie Korrines' website, edgelord.com.
For free?
No, for $15. I had to pay for it.
Edgelord.
Yeah, so now not only do I have an account with edgelord.com, but I gave them $15. But I own the movie now. Digitally.
Right, I'm coming over, watching it, because I'm not.
I'm not
edgy. Really.
Yeah. If it ends up on the watch list, or if we just want to watch the movie together as friends, I can just. I'm sure I can screen share it.
Aw. How nice of you.
Yeah. But again, like the whole movie's about like this assassin who's also like, we have to keep the kids safe. The kids.
Does he kill a lot of people?
No.
Are you telling me nothing happens?
It's a lot of him saying he's the world's greatest assassin while some really cool music plays in the background while he's driving through Miami. and then sometimes you'll see the actual antagonist like dry hump a sword, like a katana, telling a bunch of strippers around him to just yelling dance bitches around him. It's kind of fucking insane, the dialogue in this movie. It's 80 minutes.
Oh.
So you're in, you're out. It's I think that's the biggest strength to this thing, that it is not a long movie by any means.
You go into the portal, you come out of the portal.
Yeah.
Are you different on the other side? Who's to say?
I don't feel different, but I am, I still think it's a fun time, especially vibes based and colors based.
You love those.
I do love the vibes movies. And yeah, I think this would also be a great movie to watch, just like blitzed out of your mind. Because it also at the beginning of the movie gave me just an insane headache. But I was like, I'm okay with this headache. I'm gonna let this happen. I'm not gonna stop it.
I think this is part of it.
Yeah, this is part of it. This is prepping me up for that Lux Eterna Gaspar Noé movie.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I haven't watched that.
I'm too scared to watch it because it's just an assault of colors and sensory overload.
Is there a way to develop what's
a seizure?
Seizures, yeah. Develop that disorder from seeing that, or
I think
you have that and then that triggers it.
I think it's a thing you have to have a weakness or a seizure condition in order to get it, but I'm too scared to find out because I also want to watch that movie in the dark and just induce it on myself because I think that'd be funny. But then if I'm home alone, what am I going to do if I actually do get a seizure? What do I do? How long does it last?
I'll have to trip sit you, and by trip sit I just mean watch a Gaspar Noé movie.
Yeah, we both get fucking seizures, and then oops.
Yeah, oops. We both have.
Yeah, I gotta strap myself down so I don't fall over.
There's make sure cartoons that play in Japan that give multiple kids seizures.
There's an episode of Pokemon. Some Porygon episode rocket blew up, blue and red lights flashing too quickly. So now it's the effects of that have still lasted, because now a lot of anime will have to dim the broadcast because too much images and frames will fly by too quickly.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, if you watch anime on a streaming service, you can tell because it'll just dim for a second and then just go back to normal exposure.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a seizure watching Pokemon someday.
It's
a goal. It's like a bucket list.
Bucket list, yeah. Get a seizure.
Come on, get a seizure.
From Pokemon. What have you watched?
So not the bike riders. What did I watch? I watched... Hold on, give me a second. I know what I watched.
No, you didn't.
I literally don't even remember. Uh-oh, there's fireworks going off. Dog not happy.
Uh-oh.
What have you watched? I was going to go to the Trilon to go see something, and I didn't. I'm really bad at going to movies right now.
I am too. I am too. I have to see movies that my fiance actively would hate and have no interest in. So, also might be a lose-lose for me.
I don't remember what I've watched.
Grave
of the Fireflies.
I heard that depressing. I hear.
Yep.
Also,
I haven't been a while. No.
Yeah.
No, that's a good one though.
I'll tell you what I also did watch that's new.
What's that?
I saw that Kinds of Kindness movie from Yorgos Lanthimos.
You did? I was jealous.
Yeah.
It's a long one I found out today.
Yeah, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Wow.
Which I did not...
Star rating.
I didn't like it. Bummer. I've liked all the Yorgos movies I've seen, Favorite, Sacred Deer, Lobster, Poor Things, even fucking Dogtooth I thought was good. And people hate Dogtooth. A lot of Dogtooth haters out there, but I was a fan of Dogtooth. And when I heard this Kinds of Kindness movie was going to be we're back to Dogtooth, Yorgos, I was like, all right, let's see what the fuck happens. Yeah. I quickly realized that I can only handle Dogtooth because it's 90 minutes. Where this one, it's like 3 dog tooths back to back to back, just beating me over the head.
Yeah.
So I was like, I cannot fucking deal with this. This is stupid. I hate it. But
that's a bummer.
yeah, I like the presentation of it. It's shot on film and it looks crisp and sharp and bright. It looks great. All the performances are good. Nothing really like stands out as like best of the year for me. Maybe Jesse Plemons.
You think it's gonna win any award? Does it deserve any awards?
I don't think so. Maybe
your 2 stars doesn't think so.
I don't think so. It was a big letdown. I did have one guy in the back corner who definitely had some sort of like thing going on.
Yeah.
Because like in the beginning of the movie, I heard him burp, just a big open mouth burp. Not even like try to stifle it or cover it up, just burp. I was like, Jesus. I'm in for one of these showings, huh? This is what I get for going to the Southdale Cinema.
True.
Yeah, and then so he did that. He also like kept like clearing his throat aggressively, just like and I was like, Lord Almighty. And he just kept like mumbling stuff under his breath, like quiet enough to where like I couldn't hear what he was saying, but loud enough I could still hear him. Because it's also not like a loud movie.
Yeah.
And then at one point, Hunter Schafer, like, she's in like a doctor's office and like she's getting her breasts examined. So you see her breasts for like a second, and this guy in the back corner just goes, "Oh yeah," and I was like,
Jesus.
This is the least erotic scene you could have like ooga booga'd at. This is the moment you chose. It's not like, you know, like an erotic movie either. There's nothing really sexy going on. There's no like real like sex scenes with boobies and dicks. You know, like she's in a fucking
the last one.
Yeah, she's in a fucking doctor's office. Getting herself like measured up and weighed. I was like,
sexy hot.
Yeah,
that's what I like, buddy.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like for its runtime, it's too dry and awkward and aggressively Yorgos. To where it's like I just couldn't fucking like get into it. I couldn't let myself buy into any of it. It's like an anthology film, so I thought like, okay, you know, like I'll be able to like pick a discernible favorite.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't.
They're all just mid.
Yeah.
All mid. Sorry, Yorgos.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really happening outside. My dog is panting in my lap right now.
I can see her nose poking up a little bit.
Yeah, she's not happy.
I don't know where my dog is. I feel like she just couldn't give a shit. She's never really anxious about the goings-ons of the world.
Good.
It's only if
more like Minnie.
Yeah, only if I'm home or not. Then she gets worried.
Yeah. You know, something I did see this week finally was In a Violent Nature.
Yes, tell me about that, because I'm gonna watch that soon. I'd like to.
It's good. It does what you think it does, you know, but like nothing super. After like an hour of it, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And the ending doesn't really stick for me, and like, it's just like, do you want to follow Jason in the woods with the camera instead of the teenagers? Yeah, you do. You kind of do. And then this does that, and it's not very fun. He walks in the woods a lot.
Yeah.
Walks in the woods a whole lot. From what I remember, but definitely some good stuff in there. And it's a cool idea. So yeah, would I rather this exist? Just out of curiosity, and I've seen it, and now I'm like, yeah, cool. And there's also the yoga kill, which I had heard even before I'd seen the movie. That was very good. Wow, it was a good one.
Okay,
it was a good.
From my coworkers, I've also heard like them talking about like just the absurdity and just outrageousness of some of the kills, and then just having a pleasant stroll through the forest.
Yep.
At the same time.
Walking simulator.
I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going on Shudder soon.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I know I can rent it for like $7, I think. So.
Yeah.
if I see a streaming date relatively soon, I'll hold off on it. But
there you go.
Yeah, no, I did see like a really funny clip on the internet about In a Violent Nature, because I know a lot of these movies will get like super hyped up from people going to the theater to see them, and then they hit streaming, and then everyone realizes, holy shit, only nerds were saying good things about it.
Yeah.
And the exact clip I saw was somebody like watching the movie and then just saying like, hurry the fuck up, as they like fast forward 10 seconds at a time to him just wandering through the woods.
Yeah.
Just like hitting the arrow key just like 10 seconds forward and just spamming it, just hitting him in the woods walking around.
Mm-hmm.
And like from my understanding, it's supposed to be like those moments are supposed to just like, yeah, diegetic, just ambient.
Hold on 1 second. She's crying at my door.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, pause.
Pausing.
Pause.
No, we can't pause the podcast, but I can keep rambling for a couple of seconds. I don't know what to ramble about while he's doing that, by the way.
How sad it is that dogs don't really love the 4th of July.
It's not even the 4th of July, it's the 2nd.
I know, you tell my neighbors that. It's all the time, isn't it, baby?
Oh, here comes here comes Miss Minnie.
Oh, Minnie's coming for support, Mabel.
No, she's not. She doesn't care. She just laid down in front of my desk.
Nice. Come here. She doesn't like scary movies either. She's a wuss. Shit. What were we saying? About Violent Nature?
Yeah, just the diegetic ambience.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I really said on Letterboxd, so I can't even remember my initial thoughts.
I think you said it was neat.
Yeah, like it wasn't like enough to like. I'm not gonna nitpick this thing because it is what it is. I think.
Yeah,
it's kind of how I feel about it. You know.
Yeah.
How would I nitpick this?
It
served its purpose pretty well.
It's the POV of a serial killer, and of course he's just going to be wandering the woods. He's not going to do anything really interesting until he sees somebody to kill.
He can only walk towards his kill. What do you want from him?
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking forward to watching.
Oh yeah.
I did watch a TV show. I've been keeping up with it.
Whoa, what is that?
That new Star Wars The Acolyte show.
Oh, I've heard about that. Did we talk about that last week?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody a week ago about it then. Because I didn't understand why somebody called it woke-alite. Like, what is so woke about acolyte?
Yeah.
And I still don't get it, actually. I do
it's,
think they,
it's because there's
the characters.
It's because there's women in it.
Oh, I hate that.
Can't have that
in a Star Wars show.
They can't have that in my Star Wars show. So yeah, like I was just gonna like ignore it. You know, I saw the first episode. I was like looking forward to it too because it's set in the past before the prequels. So I was like, okay, cool. They cannot bring any meaningful characters in to shoehorn into this plot line.
Yeah.
It'll stand on its own by itself, and it'll be good or bad, and only the actual show can make that happen. And I was like, all right. And it is fine at best.
Okay.
Like
the rest of it, I think.
Yeah, I was really entranced because I heard nerds on the internet bitch and moan, calling it the biggest piece of shit Star Wars has ever done. Star Wars is dead. It's dead. This is the worst thing ever. You know, they've killed it finally. They've been shouting that since fucking Phantom Menace that they killed Star Wars, so.
Yeah, true. You know what? I remember where I saw the person who called it woke-alite. Jedi Joey.
Yoda Joe himself. And he's the reason why I'm watching it too. Because he kept bitching and moaning about how it's, again, like terrible, the worst thing ever, that these women who are making it should be shot, that they need to buy the rights back, even though George Lucas...
I hope he didn't actually say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that about any show writer, personally.
Personally, me against murder. I don't like it. I'm really not against murder. Quote me on that.
If I don't like a TV show, I just don't watch it. That's just
any
me.
of the crew.
They got paid already. I don't care.
Good for them.
This is just money going to Disney anyway.
You know, while I was in massage school last year, I massaged. I can't say any names, of course, but a TV producer, a small-time TV producer, but still somebody who works with Ryan Reynolds
Oh.
on some shit, I guess. So I was massaging them, and I was like, "That's really cool." And I just wanted to ask them a million questions because, like,
Yeah.
what do you do? You're a producer. What does that mean to you? Because the IMDb was like, there's 36 producers on this show, and she's like, I literally just deal with the financials. I send the money, I get the money, and then I send the money. I'm like, good enough information for me, ma'am.
Good enough. All right,
Can
you're
I
in the
Ryan
business
now. She also
hook
said
me up.
she was looking for people to be on the new season of Love Is Blind, and I'm like, I'm just saying, you're not married yet, bro. You could give this show a shot. You want your fame more than you want a wife, right?
I don't want to though.
Oh,
I'm pretty okay with where I'm at right now.
Okay, great.
Wedding's a month out. I don't need to make any radical changes like going onto TLC or whatever show Love Is Blind airs on.
Yeah, sometimes that's exactly what you need.
That's also a year ago.
Mean Girls Club.
That was a year ago. The window's closed anyway. I'm sure.
You're still looking for the right person.
Sure, whatever.
It's you, Mikey.
No, it's not. It's not.
You're born to be a star. I think.
I don't think so. I was born to host a podcast.
Yeah, put a pin in the "born to be a star" we talk about Vulgar later, the movie.
Yeah.
Because what a fucking. Oof.
So the acolyte. Yoda Joe, Jedi Joey, our favorite little fucking nerd idiot, spouting.
He watches our podcast. We're bros.
He definitely doesn't. I've told him about that. I have a podcast. I never mentioned it. I also like keep getting told to just comment on his videos with the podcast YouTube account. Is like, I don't want him to find out about our podcast.
I think if you're listening right now, bro, I miss you. I had fun working with you. It was a good time.
Fond memories.
But Wokalite, bro?
But the show's not that bad, man. Come on,
dude, we gotta disagree with you on it.
Better shows exist and worse shows exist
Star
too.
Wars fans are just not it sometimes.
They're not.
Don't align with them too much.
Yeah. So they're spouting off nonsense about it being like one of the worst things ever put to television in the history of TV ever. Which again, not true. TLC exists. Lots of bad shit out there that you could be watching instead.
I watch 90 Day Fiancé every day.
Listen, Big Ed, I think he's fucking great. He's a scumbag, but he's great. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, is this show actually that bad, or are they just being annoying nerds because they changed the lore? It doesn't make sense. Yeah. It's got women. And one of Yoda Joe's points, right, was that in one of the episodes, a little girl like burns like a sketchbook, and drops it and sets the whole village on fire. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. How does a whole village burn up like that? And I was like, well, the fire in Chicago burned the whole town down. That happened. That's a thing that happened. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna like bitch and moan about that because I'm sure it was a forest village. They're all up in the trees. But in the episode, they live in a mountain made out of rocks, and she drops the book, and it just lights the whole fucking fortress on fire. And I'm like, oh no, he's right.
No, I have to side with the.
He made an accurate judgment. Oh no! And the rest of that episode was just bad too. It's just bad child actors, terrible writing. Not even anything to do with like the lore of Star Wars getting messed up. It's just poorly written too. So, the recent episode, like episode 5, was pretty solid because it's just cool Jedi stuff. They do a lightsaber fight and it looks cool. It doesn't look stiff like other Star Wars shows.
Yeah,
they're back to doing cool floaty, big mean attacks.
Cool.
So, I'm not going to recommend it based off one good episode because there's still 3 more episodes to come out and they could all still be dog shit.
Yeah.
So, I'm not telling anybody to watch it unless you really are that morbidly curious. I won't stop you. but I'm not gonna
Don't even know what
recommend
it's
it
about.
too
Don't
much.
even know what it's about.
Yeah,
Yep, it's just in the Star Wars universe. I don't
it's
care that much about the Star Wars universe.
then I'm not gonna tell you to watch it. It's
Great.
you know, it's not Andor.
Did you like Andor?
I thought Andor was great.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that one.
Yeah, it's a real TV show. That one. It's written. There's stakes.
Probably 36 producers on that thing.
Tony Gilroy wrote it, and he's an actual good writer.
Nice.
Yeah. That's all the main stuff I watched.
Yeah. Nice. I don't think I watched much else either. So I watched the end of X to get ready for Maxine this next week.
Just the ending of it?
Yeah, I just watched it probably 3 months ago.
Huh.
And I was just like, I want to refresh myself, like, what happened to Maxine at the end of the movie. So, like, when I pick up on this new one, I remember.
Sure.
Like, have you seen it? Have you seen X or Pearl?
I saw X like 2 years ago, so
Okay.
didn't really care too much for it. So,
No?
yeah.
I'm with everybody on the Mia Goth love, for sure.
I definitely do see the appeal of her because Infinity Pool fucking rocks. I think.
Oh yeah, you like that one? That's right. I love it. Great movie.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah. We talked about it on the podcast. I remember that.
We did. Yeah, I think we did. What a weirdo movie.
Weirdo movie. Is it on the list? I don't think so, but
You know what? I love the Weirdo Watch List, especially for times like this week.
yeah.
Oh man.
Speaking of, do you wanna finally get into this one?
Yeah, I think we should. Vulgar.
Vulgar from the year 2000, directed by Brian Johnson, is the movie of the podcast episode.
Yes, it is.
About Brian O'Halloran's character, aka Dante, which I didn't realize until like I started watching the movie. It's like,
Wait, that was his name in the movie?
no, his name's Will, but he's Dante in the Clerks movies and the other Kevin Smith stuff.
Oh, you just threw me for a loop. You actually had me believing for a second.
No, that would change everything about those movies if
James
it was
just in that universe.
I don't know what I would have think if it was just the same exact characters.
That'd be something else.
But
I would probably like it even more.
But anyway, so yeah, it follows a guy named Will, aka Flappy, aka Vulgar, as he's a clown, and I would say shenanigans ensue, but these are far from shenanigans.
Certainly.
We'll get into that with a hearty content warning. But first, what did you think about it?
I like it a lot, actually. There was some things that were so freaking hard to watch, as you know. As I was texting you, I was like, I just paused it, bro.
Yeah.
Am I about to see dick in this thing, bro? Come on. No.
Yeah.
But it's a weird fucking movie. I'm glad it's on here, and it's. But I mean, there's huge glaring issues, not even just with like the horrendousness of the plot and how that doesn't really pay justice to that at all. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems to do it and then not really do anything with it. It just does. It's just a thing that happens to that character that's shitty. I don't know. I hated the ending. I like this movie needed to go full Joker ending, where the main character snaps and fucking and kills. Like, his mom is just the most abusive mother. His neighbors, everything is terrible for this guy. And then the ending is just like, yeah, he's just all right. He's fine. You know, his mom still hates him. He didn't actually kill anybody. You know, like, whatever. Not to just throw the ending at everybody. You should go watch the movie if you haven't. Spoiler warnings. But no, I liked the whole thing. I liked the roller coaster of. I was actually showing my girlfriend 2 different scenes that were 20 minutes apart. I'm like, look at this scene. Can you imagine that this scene is 20 minutes from this scene? And it was like night and day. It was like Kevin Smith in his little gay ass scarf or cardigan or whatever, and he's like, I'm a gay producer. Oh hell, you're gonna be so famous. And then I cut back 20 minutes to, you're gonna put a dick in your mouth. You know, like, just like some really horrendous shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the tonal shift in this movie is inconsistent and weird as shit. But like, I really liked it. Had me. Acting's terrible. I could
Yeah.
keep going. I'm gonna keep going about my thoughts. And once you start, it's just gonna be like this movie was awful, but the acting was awful.
I mean,
Jason Mewes had a moment that was pretty funny.
I will say the acting is never good in any Kevin Smith movie, no matter who he puts in it.
Yeah.
So that's like that's not like a huge complaint I have either. Of course I also do agree like it is pretty bad, but these are Kevin Smith's like cast of characters we're working with here, and they're not.
Right.
They've never really been that good either.
It doesn't seem to work in this setting. It works in the Clerk setting. It works in what the normal View Askew setting is.
Yeah.
But like in this like serious yet roller coaster of a film, serious like movie. I don't know. Bad acting doesn't really. You have to go full send. And honestly, what's his name? Brian
Halloran.
He fucking full sends it. He's not great.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, but he never has been. He wasn't in Clerks 3 and he still got me to tear up. So like
it's a magic of Kevin Smith.
Yeah, right. This movie, I don't know. It was, and the dialogue was so quiet sometimes. Hated that.
It's a shitty YouTube rip. I saw like you know like the usual like rent it on YouTube, Vudu, Amazon, and I like all right, let's go to the YouTube link, and there is no YouTube link. It just takes you to the free like 480p version on YouTube, which cool if I don't have to pay $4. Yeah,
right.
The movie's
there. I texted a buddy who's a huge like Kevin Smith View Askew fan, and I said, hey, have you seen this movie Vulgar from View Askew? And he goes, seen it. I own it on DVD. And I'm like, okay.
All right.
Great. So, yeah. Yeah. So how did you like it? How was the ride for you?
I fucking hated it.
How did you feel 24 minutes into the movie?
I was just disgusted. I was uncomfortable, which again, like for the scene in question is Brian O'Halloran's character, right? Again, like he's just Dante from Clerks, but he's just a different character. Plays it more or less.
Word, what happens here?
Yeah, more or less the same. But to just put it bluntly, he gets raped, like in the butt and everything,
by a man and his 2 sons.
Yeah, it's an aggressively just harrowing scene that is not played like the movie's like like a dark comedy, but this scene is just not played for laughs at all. And it doesn't feel like it's trying to be. It's trying to be this like dramatic, like life-changing event in the movie, and it is for his character. In the short aftermath where he's like talking to his one friend, he's like, "Nobody can know about this. Nobody can know about this. It never leaves this room. We can't let anybody know." And then the movie carries on like it didn't happen.
Yep.
And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, what are we doing here? Is this supposed to be a funny View Askew style comedy, or am I watching like a Joker movie? Like, what are we doing here? That was like what I was asking the whole fucking time, Yeah. I just found it so just mean-spirited.
Yeah.
And just distasteful. Just in its execution. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, I am all for watching a movie where a character just has a bad time, Like, I love Uncut Gems. But that's also because Howie Ratner's kind of a piece of shit in that movie, Nah. He's got a horrible gambling problem. His family hates him. He doesn't care. He's kind of a scumbag. And he, like, the shenanigans in Uncut Gems are his comeuppance for just wasting everybody's time and money.
Yeah.
After Hours is another great example because that guy's also like just a douchebag. He's not a terrible guy, but he's just flirting with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
Thinking he can get easy vagina, and he ends up getting mistaken to be the neighborhood burglar, and just gets chased all around his neighborhood for it, and just other shenanigans, and it's funny to watch him just have a miserable night in New York. But here, again, like you said, his mom fucking hates him. His neighbors like take advantage of him and abuse him, and then he really gets taken advantage of and abused when he thinks he has a good idea. He thinks he's gonna be like some like wacky adult party clown. Like
Yeah.
trick your friends into thinking they got a stripper, but no, it's me, Dante Hicks. And then he gets like sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Like the first gig he gets for this Vulgar the clown bit.
Yeah.
And then the movie carries on. You know, like he stops like a hostage situation between this guy and his daughter. You know, like somehow manages just to sneak past all the cops. You mentioned like showing your girlfriend a clip like a couple clips from the movie. The one clip I showed her was when like he gets out of his car and there's a traffic cop. That traffic cop was played by Q from Impractical Jokers on True TV.
Yeah.
And I like that. Yeah, I like just she was at work, so I just like recorded like my computer monitor just with the audio. It's like I'm watching this movie. It fucking sucks. I hate it. A terrible fucking piece of shit movie. But look who it is. And like I let the scene play a little bit, and she's like, "No way, that's him." And then I say like in the video I recorded, it's like it's Q from Impractical Jokers. So she got a kick out of that. She was able to recognize him instantly.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, like he stops like the hostage situation and then gets rewarded for it because he does it in his clown makeup, and then instantly gets like, you ought to have a TV show, where you're just a regular kids clown, child entertainer, which is what again, dream job for him. He's always wanted to do that, and he's like not bad at it. Again, he's not like he's not like terrible at it, you know. In the beginning of the movie, you see him like show up late to a kid's birthday party, but the father and daughter who that in the hostage situation, you know, like the dad gets arrested, and he's like, "Don't you worry, kid, I'll be back next year. It's me, Bozo the clown. It's me, Flappy the clown. I'll be back next." And he's like really sweet to this kid, like this is what he wants to do. And he gets a TV show for it, for saving this kid. And then eventually, like, the rapists find him again on TV, and they're like, "We'll do it again if you say anything.
Yeah.
We got video of it. Imagine how bad that'll look on you." And like, what did this guy do to deserve any of this? He didn't do anything. He saved a little girl from her shitty dad.
Well, he certainly did the wrong thing by doing nothing.
Yeah.
In the first place, he should have gone to the police, like his friend said.
Is
that the moral of the story?
No, certainly not. But
certainly not.
But of course, like you think he's going to get like revenge on him, and then it doesn't really even get like Joker style revenge, because like the two sons like end up shooting themselves on accident, and then the dad has a heart attack because he thinks he's going to die. And then it's like, all right, back to children's entertainment.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay.
Bummer. And like that's a lame ending.
Yeah.
Like, didn't even do anything shocking. Like this whole movie's gonna try, not the whole movie being shocking, but the movie being so shocking at points, and then the ending's gonna be just so like,
just milk toast.
They just got away with it now.
I guess they're all dead, and now I can continue my life.
And our character didn't get revenge or vengeance or really any closure, maybe? I don't know. I guess that's just the end.
Maybe he got closure because he at least knows they're dead, but he didn't get to do it himself.
Yeah, or like doing something satisfying for the audience. No? Just make him die. Yeah, I don't know. Didn't love that, but I really liked a lot of this. I liked a lot of the characters.
I was like going through like a lot of these reviews too, just on Letterboxd. And by the way, I do think it's very satisfying seeing a Letterboxd, like page of reviews that aren't trying to be funny because so few people have seen it. So it is a lot of like, this movie's fucking crazy, man. I love it. Just like, you got all kinds of weird stuff going on here. And then like all the Kevin Smith fans like joining up together, like, yeah, fucked up. Yeah, hell yeah. And I'm like, by the end of it, I was like, "What am I missing something here? What's going on?"
Yes, certainly quite a few 1 stars on there too.
Yeah, no, I'm not alone in the just reportable. Just disgusted.
Yeah. I thought I was going to be after I paused it that one time.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is hard. This is really, really harsh.
It's again, it's like such a violently aggressive scene too. It doesn't hold back. The only thing it
doesn't even really show anything.
Yeah, but it's still like so like in your face about it, where it's still like it like such like a dramatically harrowing scene where it's just like you can't help but feel like disgusted.
Yeah,
it can like, and again, like it can really like make or break it for you with this movie. Like if like the bad writing and acting and dialogue don't like turn you off like in the first 20 minutes, this scene will definitely like is the breaking point.
Very homoerotic, this movie as well. Like unapologetically, especially well, no, it wasn't that. It feels like an early 90s movie, doesn't it?
I mean, it's from the 2000s, so
yeah. It feels old because it looks so shitty.
Yeah,
but yeah, this came out the same year as what, Anaconda, which is the best looking movie of all time.
Yeah.
Anyway, terrible acting.
Bad acting, but again,
bad acting.
It's Kevin Smith's cast of friends. So I can't.
Jason Mewes, I thought that was really funny. He had a really funny line. I actually wrote it down. It was like looking at these. He's like, these two don't have bullets. These two do have bullets, and they come with these thingies. Like you put them on the ends. Silencers. Oh yeah, they make them silenters, or something like that. They make the gun silenter, and I thought that was so funny for some reason. Just his delivery on everything. Silent Bob or Jay?
Yeah,
rather. God.
Silent Bob wouldn't say anything in that scene. He's got a silencer.
So true. He's silenter. Yeah. No, I liked it. I want to watch it again, actually.
I don't.
But that scene was hard, and then especially when it comes back to the other scene, like it hits like I felt nervous for him.
Yeah.
Going in there. Like obviously he shouldn't have gone in there. It was like, what do you just snipe him. Just go in there and bop, bop, bop. If you're gonna shoot him, shoot him. Anyway. But yeah, once the gun like didn't fire, I was just like, I am just as uncomfortable now. I am so scared for this man.
I was just like, God damn it. Back over in this situation again.
Dicks in his mouth at the same time.
It's too many.
That's too many, especially
one maximum.
Like that.
One maximum with consent.
I really liked the brothers banter back and forth somewhat. Obviously, I don't like them as characters, but like,
they could not get along.
Dynamic.
Yeah,
I liked that dynamic. It was like fucked up. It was very Texas Chainsaw Massacre family, or House of a Thousand Corpses. There it is.
Yeah, both of them just getting like pissy about like, well, how come he gets to do it and I don't? It's like, because you're not Dad's favorite. Yeah. I am Dad's favorite.
And then I felt like there was a pretty unnecessary scene where they were just killing somebody else for some reason.
I don't remember that. No.
He's like, I'm gonna kiss your body with this torch all over. Remember he said that?
Nope.
Yeah, maybe 3/4 of the way through the movie, it shows them killing another person. Kind of shows it, and like, maybe I missed something. I must have missed something.
Yeah.
A couple very weird things that happened there. It's like he called him a 7-year-old boy, and he said he was supple.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rewatch and analyze that scene again because that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Pretty fucked up, and why is that in my memory? So you gave it a 1 out of 5, huh?
Yeah, 2 out of 10. Generous. I think I can settle on it being 2 out of 10 because like it's like, as much as I fucking hated watching it, it's not a movie that makes me angry to think about like some other movies, Like, I've been trying to be a bit more generous with the movies I really give like a half-star rating.
Yeah, I liked. There's some scenes in this movie that I really, really liked, and some of the serious scenes I really liked. The one like where he's talking to his friend and telling him what happened for that first time. That scene was great. I mean, Dante's like acting as hard as he can. It's not the greatest, but like
Yeah.
He's selling it somewhat.
It's not, again, they're not like joking about it. You know,
Yeah,
I can at
they're
least
not throwing it
appreciate
in.
that
Yeah.
they're trying, you know, not to like play this off as some joke. I just
Right.
think it's like so distastefully like executed for a comedy. You know, like again, there are again million ways they could have turned it into some sort of joke, but I think the movie is just just too inconsistent with its tone. Again, going from like just you know, like a loser clown who's got nothing good going on to, you know, like here he is getting sexually assaulted in this intensely dramatic scene,
Mm-hmm.
and then all right, now you're a party clown.
Yeah,
You
it
got
does
your own.
really turn on a dime after that.
Yeah.
Like that. Here's a year later. I saved a kid. Turn on a dime.
Yeah. It yeah.
But I followed. I guess it still was. I was still in. For me anyway. The horrifying scene didn't turn me off for the rest of the movie. I guess, which I can see why it would for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But like I still like found a lot to like in it. It had a lot of view askew charm. I feel like, of course, because it was them.
Yeah.
All of them and their friends. But yeah, I fuck with it. I want to watch. I like some fucked up movies, and I think there's a quality to them that isn't just shock factor. I think it can like play a really fun balance with how things feel in a comedic sense. I don't know if that even really makes sense, but like it can play off that really well, and I think this movie does it decently well, especially for how obviously low budget and just their buddies that it is. This is like super ambitious for sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Again, it's made by like just somebody who's friends with Kevin Smith. I mean, like, you look up like Brian Johnson, you know, like, all his acting credits. He's just like an extra in most of the movies. Like you know, like Clerks 3, he's hockey player. Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, he's comic book man. Protester #1 in Dogma. Like he's never like a major character in any of these movies. I think he just knows Kevin Smith through like comic book stuff. I think.
Yeah, old comic friends.
So I think that's how he was able to like get this movie off the ground and made, was because like he knows Kevin Smith
right
well enough to where like Kevin Smith would be like,
well, he pitched it. I mean, if Kevin Smith, I respect that. I liked it. I don't know. I wonder how Kevin Smith feels about it, how he felt about it then, and how he feels about it now. If it's changed at all, because I liked it. I think a lot of people still support it for sure.
Again, like it'll still like get like the solid reviews.
Cult following, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely cult following for sure. With how many like more than positive marks I've seen, just like scrolling through.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you see my little blurb on there?
That you're gonna, I saw like the heart, and it was like, he liked it. Gonna leave my thoughts with this one on the podcast. I was like, all right, fine. Yeah. I won't find out. I wrote a whole like a whole like IndieWire style review, thrashing against it.
Maybe I should do that, but in a full praise of it.
Just copy paste, except remove all my hate.
Yeah.
Replace it with all the things you liked.
Yeah. O'Halloran is at his best here. Especially in the scene 24 minutes into the movie.
Impossible to remotely find unenjoyable when the tone is so all over the place. Just change a few adjectives even.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love how the tone's all over the place. It's the best part of it.
It's so inconsistent. I can't keep track.
Yeah.
So I already said, like 2 out of 10, 1 out of 5. 10. What about you?
I'm gonna say a solid 6.5 out of 10.
All right.
It's I can't even like in like any good conscience, like just because I enjoyed myself in it, say that it's a 7 at all. But like I liked it. I would watch it again. So for that, I gave it a kind of a high mark. But certainly, as like for filmmaking standards, it's pretty low quality, and not just because I had a decent version actually of it. and it was still like the dialogue in that fucking diner scene at the beginning where his friend is calling his mom a bitch. I couldn't understand half the shit the friend was saying. I had my fucking soundbar turned all the way up. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy mumbling? I had to rewind at least 3 times in this movie to see what people were trying to mumble. And that was annoying. But so dialogue heavy movie was not good at having dialogue pop out.
Yeah.
But fuck, I liked the mom. I liked just the over the top horrible shitty mom.
Just any like sort of thing like Dante could say. He's just like, no, I fucking hate you anyway.
Yeah.
Imagine why your father would think. He's like, well, my father's. I don't even remember what happened to his dad. I think he's like prison or just dead, or just an abuser.
I think he's dead, but he's like, why do you like him so much anyway? He wasn't that great, basically. And she's like, fucking kill you.
Get out of my fucking nursing home.
Yeah. Oh man. There was actually a couple really cool shots in this movie too, and I didn't notice too much until I showed my girlfriend the one scene, and it's one where one of the sons blows himself in the face, right at the end. The camera does this thing once he shoots himself in the face, it like cuts to like you see him laying on like bloody or whatever, but it's in a mirror. You can't tell that it's in a mirror yet.
Okay.
And then like it like starts to like rotate around, and then once it does, it flips and then doesn't look at the mirror anymore. It looks at the actual like face, and it's just like it was like a 3-second shot, maybe 4 seconds. I was just like, damn, the fucking weird ass camera shot, like to make this like a weird like dream like. There was a lot of that, especially in the graphic scene. There was a lot of weird fish eye or
like distortions,
weird wavy effects.
Yeah,
and like I think that was all very cool and effective and interesting. But yeah, some of that stuff was, I think, maybe missed just because the rest of the movie's kind of lower quality. But there were some swings in here. There was swinging for the fences on some of it.
Sure. Again, like,
and it belongs on the Weirdo Watchlist. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue against that at all. It's certainly a movie that like has its fans. Is just such like an absurd thing, especially coming from like someone in Kevin Smith's circle.
Yeah, the fact that it's a view askew, like
view askew, like in the title cards too. It's not trying to like pretend that it's not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think it's part of the watch list. I am not gonna argue against it, but I'm still gonna say that I fucking hated it.
I will not recommend it to anyone.
I also am not. I think I said on Letterboxd, like, I at least have the excuse that I have to watch this for the podcast. Do not put yourself up for this.
Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need to.
Yeah, I think it's like the least favorite thing I've watched for the podcast.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
It's yeah. Boarding House is terrible. Valley of the Gods just doesn't know what the fuck it wants to say. It wants to say something, but it also doesn't know what to say. And like,
but it's not deplorable.
Yeah, those two aren't deplorable. This one kind of fucking is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure we'll find something that actually is, without a doubt, distasteful at some point.
Yes.
But we'll find out. We'll find out later. 2 out of 10, and you 6 out of 10. Shall we spin the wheel?
We really should.
All right.
I'm excited to see what we get. Let me pull up Letterboxd here.
All right, wheel is up. Wheel is a spin.
Weirdo Watchlist. Weirdo.
So
watched 47.
So fucking weird. And Chopping Mall.
Oh,
I think I've heard of that one actually. Like I think I've heard of that fairly recently. So that I think that might be like, without a doubt, a cult hit.
Chopping Mall, 1986. Wow.
Yeah, no, the Trellin actually played this a couple years ago for the Horathon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Boop. Watch listed. Tonight, Park Plaza
a bunch of my
Mall
friends have
switches
seen it,
on
yeah.
the world's toughest security force. Absolutely nothing can go wrong. Sounds like something is going to go on. Oh, look at that. It's on Prime Video, Freevee, Peacock, Plex, Shudder, Tubi,
Okay.
Redbox. You can watch this thing everywhere. This might be like the most accessible movie we've watched.
Yeah, we got one, like a normal one that a shit ton of people have actually seen.
Yeah.
It's not like 40 views. Cool. And it's one we neither of us have seen, so that's great.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've seen a movie we've ever talked about on the podcast. The only one that like I directly should have seen, I think would have been like The Fly.
Oh yeah.
That's a movie like a lot of people have told me to watch before, and I haven't until the podcast.
You know what? Shopping mall. I'm excited. That's going to be great.
Yeah. A group of teenagers that work at the mall all get together for a late night party in one of the stores. When the mall goes on lockdown before they can get out, the robot security system activates after a malfunction goes on a killing spree. One by one, the three bots try to rid the mall of the intruders. The only weapon the kids could use are the supplies in the other stores. If they can make it till morning when the mall opens back up. Cool. I didn't know it would be about Robits.
Robits.
Nobody I recognize. Oh, Barbara Crampton I actually recognize, because she was in Reanimator and From Beyond. I watched those fairly recently.
Nice.
Yeah, great in both those movies, I think.
Wonderful.
Otherwise, nobody else I recognize. But I'm still excited. Cool.
Hell yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts before we stop recording and get ready to watch Chopping Mall in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I just want to make a final note on Vulgar. The tagline in the movie is "Everyone loves a clown. ... Some more than others."
Which is kind of insane, given what that
Yeah.
or
Now
the
it's
context
really, like,
means.
once you know.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they do really love them. All right, yeah. Good night, folks. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, be sure to watch Shopping Mall. Again, it's available mostly everywhere, so pretty accessible watch. And pretty high cult marks too. So this one will be definitely more enjoyable, and 77 minutes.
Oh, beautiful.
Wonderful runtime.
I already finished watching it. Let's go.
What? It's already over. We've
Fast,
only been
baby?
recording for 57 minutes.
Ooh.
All right.
All right, bye.
Yeah, bye. Thanks for watching. Do all the comment and liking and stuff. All right. Bye.